The U.S. Postal Service announced today they're planning to close 2,000 branches and postal stations. In addition to the almost 500 they were already planning to close, they lost $8.5 billion last year. Maybe in retrospect, making people wait in line while you slowly finish your bag of fiery hot Cheetos isn't the best business plan. For our younger viewers, I should mention the post office is a place your parents used to go to communicate before there were text messages. So local post offices will be closing gradually over the course of this year, but don't worry, if you want to wait in line for a couple of hours, you can still always go to the DMV.
Have you been following that story?
I have indeed, yeah.
They're going to close a couple of thousand post office.
And maybe tens of thousands more.
Well, there are 37,000 post offices, I think I heard yesterday. There's a lot. They lost $8 billion last year, as Jimmy Kimmel mentioned, and made the joke about the bad service. I was talking about that in recent weeks, having dealt with it a couple times myself. Has there been any directive ever from any level of the government to say, hey, how about you don't act like complete a-holes, and maybe more people will mail stuff, and that would help us out a little bit?
And what if I am an a-hole? You going to fire me?
So that's a problem, I guess.
There you go.
Because a lot of people, not all of them, because like one post office I go to, there are a couple of people there are really, really nice.
Yeah.
But most of my post office experiences in my life have been run by a-holes. The people in there, they don't give a crap at all. There can be a line, this happened to me over Christmas, there's a line 30 long going out the door, and they're just standing looking at the clock. What time you going to lunch? I don't know. What time you want to go to lunch? They don't freaking care.
Finishing their fiery hot Cheetos, like Kimmel said.
I'm paying for that.
Right.
I'm paying for that installation. I'm paying that guy's salary. I'm paying that piece of crap woman's salary who doesn't give a damn about what we're doing here.
Right.
And that's why none of us come back and come up with alternate methods. You know, I'm fine. I'm going to use UPS. It costs more, but whatever. I'm going to use FedEx. I'm going to send an email. I'm not going to send cards this year. Whatever. And does anybody ever say anything to them about that?
Well, it's got to be. It is ridiculous to say that it doesn't have an effect. What do you think about? What's your gut feeling, Mr. and Mrs. Listener, when you think go to the post office?
All right.
If your feeling is, well, that's got to affect their business and their bottom line. It's got to.
So I thought about doing this, but I didn't. I might have years ago, but I didn't because it's a kinder, gentler Jack.
Yes.
But
we've all noticed.
What would have happened?
You know, last time you got mad at Michael, as soon as he was unconscious, you stopped beating him.
Right. See, that's the new me.
Which really was appreciated.
What if I had said during this conversation that was going on,
yeah,
this is Christmas time, long line, out the door, bad weather, people standing in the rain.
Right.
Two people discussing at length their lunch plans as we all stood there and watched them.
Right.
What if I had said, hey, we're all paying your salaries. How about you talk about your lunch later and help some of us?
Right.
I know that people would have cheered.
Yeah.
Or they might have just gotten frightened if I'd used that tone of voice and thought I was going to shoot up the place.
Well, yeah, see, I liked it. I knew what you were going to say in advance, but your tone of voice scared me.
How about if I'd have said it with a different tone of voice?
Try it.
I don't think I can do it. So I would have had to write it on a note and hand it to a nicer person.
All right. Here, what is this? What you want me to read this? Okay. Excuse me, since we are all paying your salaries, perhaps you could help us and discuss your lunch plans a little later, huh? How about that?
God, I think everybody there would appreciate that. I think people might have applauded. They might have put me on their shoulders and carried me out.
How sheepily are we as American people, though? I think that's a litmus test right there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know which way that crowd would have turned. Embarrassed, shuffling of feet and looking down. Or would we have been rams and risen up and said, yeah, you know, that's a good point. We all have places to go. You people are acting like you don't care.
Well, the mere experience of us all just standing there quiet and just taking it.
Right.
Shows you where we are. They work for us.
You sent a message.
They're the government. They work for us. And we're standing there letting them treat us like crap.
Right.
With bad service.
Right.
While you can't get fired from a job. I mean, that's amazing to me.
Right. You make a great point. Your compliance sent a message.
Sure.
You yelled the obvious. Keep mistreating us because we won't do anything.
Yeah, I was yelling. We were all yelling out loud.
Right.
A message. You can do anything. You can treat us how badly you want, and nothing will happen to you. You'll keep your job, and everything will be fine for you. That's what we sent. That's a message we said. Yeah, it's just disgusting to me. I don't want to abuse postal workers. Well, for one reason.
Well, right. There's no need.
Some of them try. I don't run into a lot of them, but some of them do.
Well, as I've said before, the post office people at Caucasian Acres, where I live, are very pleasant indeed. Nice folks, almost uniformly.
Yeah, my main post office, they are really nice there.
Mm-hmm.
But my experiences throughout my life, though, were more bad than good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the apathy, the disdain, the thinly veiled anger that you would dare ask, now, do I have to send this via the... Yes, you do. Yes. Here's the form. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm stupid because I don't know your arcane procedures here at this government complex of indolent money wasting.
I would be interested also if Ed Schultz or Keith Olbermann, if he's still in the air, if he had heard what I just said, if he would have seen that as the sort of anti-government, hateful, semi-violent rhetoric that is causing shootings around the country.
Well, if somebody shoots a postal employee, I'm going to hold you responsible. It'll probably be another postal employee, but I'll still hold you responsible.
That's not going to speed up the line shooting somebody. I just want you to do your job like if you worked in the private sector, where you'd have to try to make your customers happy. That's all I want.
You know, I think the best show we can do for the next half hour is silence. 30 minutes of silence in which we all contemplate the question, what message are we shouting when we put up with bad treatment by the government, for instance?
Our phone number is 1-866.
When we're saying nothing, what are we saying?
Yeah. You're always communicating. You're always communicating. That's right. 1-866-331-TALK. You are listening to the Armstrong and Getty Show.